Good.
Ridiculous! My Georgetown is better than this! Poverty wages are ridiculous! My Georgetown is better than this! What do we want? Living wage! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Living wage! When do we want it? Now! Let them in! 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 Let him in! Let them in! Let them in! Let them in! My Georgetown is better than this! Poverty wages are ridiculous! My Georgetown is better than this! Poverty wages are ridiculous! My Georgetown is better than this! My Georgetown is better than this! My Georgetown is better than this! Poverty wages are ridiculous! My Georgetown is better than this! Poverty wages are ridiculous! My Georgetown is better than this! Poverty wages are ridiculous! My Georgetown is better than this! Poverty wages are ridiculous! What do we want? Better than this! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Living wage! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Living wage! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Living wage! When do we want it? Now! My Georgetown is better than this! Poverty wages are ridiculous! Wages are ridiculous! Workers have a right to be at the bargaining table! Let them in! 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 We want it! Now! What do we want? Living wage! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Living wage! When do we want it? Now! Workers have a right to be at the bargaining table! Let them in! 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 Let them in!
One person I can talk to find out what we want, what we're trying to do.
Let them in!
Sorry. Why can't I go in? Why?
Oh yeah, there is. It's so amazing.
Here, come a little bit closer. You want to come shake their hands? Here. Hi, this is Sylvia. Hi.
Bienvenido, ¿cómo estás? Mucho gusto. Sí, sí. Estamos todos unidos. ¿Me entienden? Okay. Okay.
Ella, bueno, le va a expresar lo que está ocurriendo en este momento.
Estamos pues todos unidos.
How is everything all
Are we all together? Because we're working together on the committee, and that's what we have to do. Committee members are in there. We still have work to do today.
Que el comité está reunido dentro y todavía tienen trabajo que hacer, todavía tienen cosas que hacer. But will you permit them to come to a meeting?
I cannot speak for the committee. That's what I'm saying. The only way we can continue to we will go in and raise this issue. All right? Okay.
Van a ir a levantar estas quejas con el comité, pero que hay un proceso que tenemos que seguir. Hay unas reglas y es necesario seguirla. She's asking why you won't let her in if she just has this, you know.
And have you explained how the committee works? I think maybe these ladies are at a disadvantage that they don't. So I'm going to go back inside with the rest of the committee, and I think we need to finish our meeting, set on the next meeting to determine the next meeting time, and resume conversations on it. Okay?
Does it concern you at all that that Georgetown was promising living wage a year ago, and these workers are here because they're still not receiving it?